Matermacc came out with a walk-behind vacuum seeder.
Wow, I've never seen that.
No, it's Ralph can't add anything to our website. All he can do is adjust prices, and he can do some text on the home page.
Yeah.
And our friend Danny, he did our website in 2002. So, you know, from 2002 to now, that's like light years. But Danny's had health issues, so we just haven't bugged him. And there's not a lot new. I mean, now we're coming across, we have a new 3-point hitch green bean harvester that we brought in last year. That went to Long Island. And we have a new salad mix harvester that's electric, self-propelled, you walk behind. And we brought that in last year. That went to California. That's the Bean Pickers Fontana. Ralph he hadn't been to the Bologna show in Italy for quite a while, but...
Is that a big one?
Yeah, you see pretty much everything there. You know, stops at Spedo and Matermacc booths and Shelley Spaders and Moschio Tillers, because we've known these people a long time. But yeah, so Matermacc came up with this, and then they sort of branched into a company called Wizard. The same machine, just a different color. That one in the box there is still Matermacc red.
Huh.
That's the only red one I have left.
Do they make other walk-behind stuff too, or just the cedar?
Just the cedar, and then in the last 2 or 3 years, they have a 3-point hitch. So this is a little less expensive version of the Matermacc. So instead of having a gas engine on it for the walk-behind, it has a PTO-driven fan. It has this same wheel, front and rear. The chassis looks kind of the same. The drive is independent. Rather than a central transmission that one gearbox changes all the rows, you have a gearbox on each row unit. This cover just pops off. It's a little interesting how they snapped it to these bolts. You kind of have to. And then you have wing nuts. You loosen your chain tensioner. You have spare sprockets up here. And the rear wheel is driving your seat disc. Okay. It's also packing, but it's turning your seat seat disc in the metering unit. You have a little seat hopper.
So do you have to put much down pressure on it, or is it?
Not really.
It's pretty balanced.
I've not talked to a lot of people that have used it, but I haven't really had complaints.
How expensive is one
this
of these?
unit? I think is around $2,400.
Okay.
Ralph does all the pricing, so sometimes I'm not up to date on things, but typically when he faxes me an order, and then I sometimes pay attention. Okay, yeah, that didn't change. So when you adjust this, that engages the drive wheels, and when you pull that, it locks them in and powers on both wheels. And so I was glad, when we first got this in, to see that they used a Briggs & Stratton engine, American. And I thought, if it's got an Italian engine on it, it's like BCS. When BCS came over in the late 80s, mid to late 80s, they had Italian Acme engines on them. I thought, of all names, Acme. That's like what the Roadrunner, Acme, whatever, this, and it would fail, and he'd go off a cliff or whatever. And so I thought, boy, you couldn't have picked a worse name.
BCS is going off the cliff.
for a motor. You're trying to introduce a new machine to the U.S. market. And it's like, but pretty quick, they switched over to some Kohler. Now, of course, most everything's Honda. I thought that's not going to fly too well in the U.S.